This is the Time80 reforged by FoxLab keyboards. It is a 10 keyless keyboard that features a very unique mount with a split plate design. I have never tried this mounting style before. Alright, so the kit for this board will include extra PCB foam and screws, a USB-C PCB, PCB foam made of rubber, a split plate, and the keyboard case, which is the Time80 case. Small side note, I really like the packaging for these components. It's not the typical crinkly, static-proof bags that are almost shiny. These are nice, soft, matte, frosted bags. Alright, moving on. The group buy will be sometime this month in September, and the target price is $450 USD, excluding transaction fees such as PayPal fees and shipping fees. The most prominent characteristics of this keyboard is the split plate design, the Time logo on the front of the case, and of course, the delicious butt design, which is the intricate weight that looks like a clock. The Time PCB supports many layouts. The Universal PCB supports ANSI, ISO, and Tengen, which allows for split back, stepped caps, ISO enter, split left shift, split right shift, 6.25U, and 7U spacebar. There is also an LED indicator for the small accent piece on the front of the case for the Time logo. This keyboard does not support the ever-growing in popularity F13, which I prefer since I think F13 layouts look cluttered. The PCB features USB-C, QMK configuration and ESD protection, and compatibility for both MX footprint and ALPS footprint switches. I believe there will also be a hot swappable PCB available to choose from as an option during the group buy, but that will be more limited in its layout options. I believe it will have a fixed 7U spacebar layout. There is also a rubber foam material offered that goes between the PCB and plate. This plate looks to be a fixed layout that supports ANSI and Tengen, but Fox Labs has stated that they will release plate files after the group buy is over for people to go to town with whatever they want to support. The most interesting feature of this plate is the split design. Once it is mounted in the case, I believe there will be a small gap between the two pieces to prevent chafing. The mounting points on this plate seem quite thin. I'm not sure what effect this has, but I did notice how dainty it seems. There's also a small gap in the plate above the LED to allow the RGB to shine through, as well as a gap along the top of the plate to prevent collision with the USB-C port. I'm not quite sure what plate materials will be offered, but this is an aluminum plate. Let's talk about the case. The case will be available in aluminum and frosted polycarbonate. The aluminum case will be available in the following colors: anodized black, anodized silver, E-white, which is the color of this proto, powder coat sky blue, powder coat gray, and powder coat lavender. I believe that Fox Labs is looking into a special powder coat that feels like the texture of skin, so I'm quite interested in seeing how that will turn out. There will also be a Win keyless top option offered along with this standard option. The Time80 reforged features a lower 21mm front height compared to the 25mm of the original design. There is a slight chamfer along the inner and outer edges of the case, and the ratio between the top and bottom case has been adjusted from the round one version for a cleaner side view. The top case also features a very bold Time logo on the front. There are also two accent pieces along the top and bottom of the case, in the same material as the weight and clock. The standout feature of this case is, of course, the weight and clock design. The weight and clock will be available in anodized gold aluminum, which is what this Preto is, anodized pink aluminum, and E-clear brass. The clock features an incredibly detailed filigree design along with 5 individual components that make up the details on top of the clock. There is a Time 2020 designed by Fox Lab engraved on the inside. I'm not a huge fan of the font, but it is on the inside of the case, so not a huge deal. There is a tempered glass cover, which I believe is glued into the case. The 2 side weights also feature scripts. On the left, Time80 Reforged, and on the right, designed by Fox Lab. These 2 weights are independent from the clock, so the weight is made up of 3 large pieces and 5 accent pieces, which make up the clock bits. I actually built this keyboard on stream, and I do stream every Monday and Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings at twitch.tv/Minterly. So if you want to see these builds live and ask whatever questions you have then, I would love to see you in my streams. Just being real, I love the Time80 Reforged. The PCB is really clean, the keyboard case feels like quality, I absolutely love the weight design, and I really appreciate that the top and bottom cases align together and just fit together very nicely, and I don't have to play the "are my pieces aligning" guessing game. I honestly really love the weight design, it's what drew me to the keyboard in the first place, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I also really enjoy the top and bottom accent pieces that wrap around. I really enjoy looking down and seeing a bit of the colored accent piece on the front side of the case. Obviously, because I can't see the back side, the front's nice though. It'd be looking good. A small nitpick, but really another personal preference, is that I would choose to go with brass material for the accents. I just really enjoy hefty boards, and this all aluminum board is pretty light. Nothing against the keyboard or build quality, it's just a personal preference. One thing that's grown on me a lot is the logo design on the top case. At first, based off of the renders, I honestly didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but seeing the board in person, the logo is quite classy and clean, and I'm really starting to enjoy it. One thing I thought would make a bigger difference is the split plate design. I was quite intrigued and didn't know what to expect. I thought the type feeling would be a lot more flexy due to the fact that the plate is only attached at one side. However, when built with the rubber plate foam, the type feel is actually stiffer than I thought it would be. It's definitely more cushy than a brass top mount design, so I would say that this split plate top mount with rubber foam has a similar typing experience as gasket mount. The foam causes the sound of the keyboard to be pretty dampened and actually reduces a lot of the echo on these SA keycaps. I really like the way it sounds with SA, but I tried it with GMK during my build stream and I feel like the dampened sound was just too quiet and muted. It's kind of perfect for SA though. I do plan on desoldering this board and building it again without the plate foam just to see what that's like. And I want to experiment with case foam instead. So plate foam goes between the plate and PCB, and case foam goes between the PCB and bottom case. The keycaps on this build is SA Bliss, keycaps that I actually designed myself. I'm going to be running this set again on September 15th. It'll be available to buy as a group buy for a month. I'll leave a link below that explains the process of how SA Bliss came about last year. If you have any questions about the keycaps or the group buy, please feel free to ask in the comments below. You are also very welcome to my Discord. There's a link in the description. We're really friendly and we have memes. Here is a quick sound test of the build as is with SA Bliss. It's a bit thumpier and more muted than I prefer, but still very nice, just not what I expected. And I will have a longer and more comprehensive sound test uploaded on Wednesday. So that's pretty much all of the thoughts I had on this Time80 reforged keyboard. It will be available for group buy sometime this month, so I'll leave a link to the interest check in the description. I highly recommend following that thread closely if you're interested in buying the board. I know Keycaps looks a bit funny, outdated, maybe like a scam, but I promise it's not a scam. If there's anything you'd like for me to elaborate on in these reviews, anything at all that I can improve on, please let me know so that I can keep that in mind for future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please take care, and I hope to see you next time.